Alright everybody, this is just going to be a relatively quick video of all the problems I already know my van has. We're going to find more working on it, but this is as it stands, these are the things I need to address on the van. So we're going to start with rust. That's obviously a priority. This rocker, as you can see, is shot. This rocker, I'm not sure of. It's got a little bubbling here, but it's actually not bad. This is all, I don't know what that is there. And then through here, there's a little bit back here. So I may not have to replace this entire rocker. I may have to just replace that section back there and a little bit here. This wheel well is obviously bad. It's going to need to be cut out and repaired. The inner wheel well is going to need repairs almost certainly. And then this corner is by far the worst thing on the van. It's already been badly bodged once. These are known for this. The wheel throws crap up in here, goes bad. But this corner I'm going to have to rebuild. This is the other side of that corner, and you can see the pillar is completely rotted out. So I'm going to have to pull all this out to find out how bad it is, but this is all going to need rebuilding. I'm not super worried about this because this is not exterior stuff, so this doesn't have to be perfectly the right shape. Basically, if I can get this part right enough that the door sits against it, that's all that really matters. So I'll just rebuild this with some, wow, it's a lot less metal there. I'm going to rebuild this corner with some thick steel. You know, I'm probably going to put like 16 gauge, maybe even 14 if I have any in here, and make this super strong so that if it starts to rust again in this corner, it's got a lot of extra strength in metal that it'll have to rust through. This will be the biggest project probably on the whole van. Over here on the other side of the van, again, this is bad. It's not super bad, but since I have the piece, I'll probably just replace it. This is completely shot all the way down its length. Looks like the inside's not bad, but the outside is completely just rotted along the bottom. So I have the entire panel, so you know, probably like somewhere just below this body line, just everything. This wheel well needs the front done here, including in this area. This is bad, and then this back area is real chunky back here. So on this side, I probably won't do a full wheel well. I will probably do like to here and then back here if I can possibly do that, just so I don't have to deal with bodywork all the way around. This door has rust on it. It looks like it's mostly surface rust, so if I can clean this door up and get some proper rust sealing paint on the inside and outside, I should be fine there. I'm fine there. My back doors are both fine as far as rust goes. Oh, I did that wrong. This door had a tire carrier on it. They gave it to me. I'm not putting it back on, but there's the old bolt holes here. This will just have to be welded up, and I think the panel's very slightly warped there from having had that bolted there. This front door is perfectly fine. There's no rust whatsoever under that. Same with those two doors. All the doors are going to get the panels taken off and are going to get checked for rust on the inside, and then get cavity wax so that I don't have to worry about them rotting out. Both mirrors have broken glass. This one's the worst. The other one has a big chip here. So those are going to need to be addressed. It's got a couple dents and dings in various places. There's one big one on the hood here. So that's the body basically. Other than that, there's no other, like, and the underside's great. The underside has no rot as far as I've been able to find. Obviously we're going to look deeply into that. Mechanically, well, first off, the hinge is way the hell back there. There's literally almost no visible engine here. What I know about it mechanically, it got a full tune-up, filters and stuff. It had a little bit of other work done, but the things I know it needs are the muffler's blown out. I've ordered a new muffler. Eventually I'm probably going to put a custom exhaust in this, but for now it was like 38 bucks to just order the correct muffler that'll just bolt in. So I may end up having to weld it in just because old pipes, but that should take care of that, enough that I have a good exhaust system. The power steering pump stopped whining as I was driving it, but now I've got a slight belt chirp, so I need to look into that. I may have to just put a new belt in it. I'm going to also flush the power steering system because the fluid smells a little burned, and hopefully with that and some good fluid in it, that system will be fine. The brakes work perfectly fine, but the fluid's kind of gross, so those are going to get completely flushed with new fluids. It got an oil change relatively recently, miles wise, but several months ago, so obviously I'm going to probably do that. It got a coolant flush around the same time, so I'm going to probably be the coolant system I'm going to leave be, but that's really it. Muffler, check the belt, flush the brakes, flush the power steering system, and both of those are kind of as a precaution. And mechanically, it's sorted. AC, the report is it works but leaks. You can actually, I don't know if it'll show up on camera, but there's some yellow there from the leak dye that they put in it. Apparently a lot of the seals are bad, so the whole system needs to be resealed. I may do that. I may send it out somewhere. I may just not worry about it for right now. I'm probably not going to worry about it till the spring, just because I don't need AC right now. Interior wise, these are shot on both vent windows. They're just super loose. They don't do anything to hold they don't hold the vent window tight enough, so it whistles really badly. And also the door trim wood is all gross and ruined from water dribbling in here. It looks like the fortunate thing is it dribbled in here and then down this and kept it off the door panel, and the carpet here doesn't have a I think it just ended up down in the plastic of the footwell and dried. But I got the kits to rebuild these, so that's going to be fixed. Broken window, obviously. Everything basically seems to work up here. The cruise control works, the wipers work. I don't know if the washer pump works because the tank is empty. The horn works, all the gauges work. It sits right in the middle on oil pressure, it sits right in the middle on battery, and it sits a little left of the middle on temperature. Did that for the entire 120 miles, did not care. I don't know what my miles per gallon is, but it doesn't seem great, so I may double check that. Radio works, came with a terrible cassette. Power windows seem to work, though they're a little bit slow. He said he put a new one in this side, but it's still a little slow. I think I'm going to grease the track just to make sure on that. Vent works. There are aftermarket interior lights in here, and I can't figure out how they're supposed to work or not work. There's a switch on the dash that says interior lights on and off. It does nothing, and sometimes these are on and sometimes they're off when certain doors are open. I don't understand how they're wired. I'm not going to worry too much about it because when I redo the van, this whole headliner's coming out and this whole thing's coming out, so it doesn't matter if those are bad because they're probably not going to hang around. That's it for known issues. I'm sure other stuff is going to come up, but that's all the problems I know it has, which is a surprisingly short list. The rust is a lot of work, but it's a short list. So hopefully by the time I get the next video out, I'll have gotten some parts in or picked up some parts, and we'll be able to actually start working on the van and doing stuff with it. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. I'll talk to you later. Bye.